What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another installment of the PGA Tour series here in the Backyard Simulator, and another special one today because we are playing the course of the third major of the year. So the US Open going on from June 13th to 16th, right when you guys should be seeing this. It is, like I said, home of the US Open, Pinehurst #2. So very notorious, challenging course, pretty iconic course. This is in Pinehurst, North Carolina, so able to play it here on GSPro. Excited about that, and seeing if I can keep up, or at least stay in the ballpark of what maybe some of the lower end of the field is going to shoot here for maybe one of the rounds, maybe the first round of this third major of the year. So second round today. Had kind of low expectations coming out here today. Really nice weather. Real feel. I think the high was like 79 today, but the real feel with the sun, granted I'm in the shade, had to wait a little bit longer to come out here now as we get closer to the summer for the shade, but real feel with the sun and the humidity is probably low to mid 80s, which is really nice. Got a little bit of a sweat going. Played decent on the first round, and the reason why I said that is because I slept like absolute trash last night, but always seems like the courses or the days that I don't feel 100% out here with low expectations, I play a little bit better. So hopefully I can carry over some of that positive momentum in the first round. Didn't do anything particularly well, but decent scorecard for a pretty challenging course I played first. So we're going to give Pinehurst #2 here a go for the US Open and see what happens. So playing the furthest back tees like always. For the rundown, everything's linked down below in the description. Check out those Amazon affiliate links. I would really appreciate it. Great way to support the channel at no additional cost to you. Literally doesn't cost you a penny extra if you do any of your Amazon purchases just by clicking one of those links first and then going through and adding to your cart and buying whatever you're going to buy. It doesn't have to be anything of this in particular, but I've got a bunch of those links, and anything that you buy, I can't see who buys what, or etc. So all that stuff is confidential. It just gives me a little bit of an affiliate commission just for referring that traffic. But Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, kind of the brains of the operation outside of GSPro for this. Country Club Elite mat, DIY stance mat, Callaway Superfast balls. I got a pile of them over there, 10x7 nets, and the aforementioned GSPro running on my gaming computer over here. So first hole, par 4, 397. Take a look at this flyover. I mean, look at these graphics. Don't know if I've played this course before. I may have. I mean, Home Tee Hero literally has everything. They've got like 50,000 courses, so I probably did over the course of the past couple years, but pretty excited to see what this looks like going through here on GSPro. Definitely going to be challenging, but I wonder if they'll... I'm playing this a little bit further out. Again, I'm kind of trying to stack up some rounds here because I got a Florida trip coming up. I wonder if they're going to update this with all the US Open type of markers and kind of stands, grandstands, all that kind of stuff once we get a little bit closer. But let's see if we can get off to a decent start here. Narrow landing spot up there. We've got some sandy, beachy type of conditions up there, but narrow landing spot, down 11 feet, so it's about 3 yards. Let's see if the old Sim 2, old, new to me, Sim 2, can get us out there in a decent spot. Alright, started up the left. Looks like it's fading a lot, but that should catch the fairway, I think. Again, not swinging it the quickest today, but just trying to make some decent club to ball contact and keep things in play without trying to swing for the fences really on anything, and just kind of manage my way around the best that I can, and seem to work pretty well on that first course. So decent tee shot, 264. I'm doing all the course recommended conditions, but they were just normal greens and normal fairways. The first course I played, which should be the video right before this, Cape Kidnappers, they had firm fairways and firm greens, so we were getting 10, 15, 20, sometimes even 30 yards of rollout on tee shots. So not quite as much here, only about 20 yards on that one, which is still definitely firmer conditions than I play here in real life. There's a lot of times I hit shots at courses around here and they just kind of die, especially if it's wet out. But 135 left, up about a yard. Should be front rightish pin location. Gonna aim there. Should be a good pitch and wedge number. tons of pollen in the air. My apologies if I'm sniffling and sneezing throughout this round. Usually, my allergies, I'm not the type of person that is crazy with allergy season, but seems like with this breezier weather, it's kicking up a lot of stuff. So I know some people, some of my buddies, they're taking allergy medicine throughout the day for weeks on end just to kind of survive. Oh, thin and left. And that actually probably would have worked out, but looks like Garmin didn't like that one, so we got a second chance at it. That one would have, it was started left, I hit it thin. I think that was thin enough to actually get there, around that 135 number. It would have faded, so who knows where it would have ended up, but see if I can hit it a little bit better than that on the second chance. Oh, that was still thin, but it was a pop-up. That's gonna have to go. Alright, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. It's not going to. And we're off the green, we gotta chip it. Man, that was almost a couple extra yards that probably would have stayed up on the green for a par. Now we gotta chip this and get this close. Hopefully, we're on the fairway, it says. Hopefully, I had a couple weird reads with some of these shorter shots right next to the green or on the green last time I was out here. We got 13 yards, gonna come out a little bit left. Aim about there, up almost a yard. So, you gotta remember, these aren't gonna roll out with these normal greens and fairways. It's not gonna roll out as much as that last round I just played. So, somewhere right around probably 11, 12, maybe even 13 yards of carry should get this done. Drop kicked it a little bit, I may need to sit. Oh, and it landed soft, luckily. Alright, take the par. Had to do a little bit extra work for that, but we escaped the first hole even through one. Second hole, par 4, 499. We got inchworms crawling on my drinks. Pollen all over the place. Alright, slight dogleg left by the, or right rather, by the looks of it. So we're gonna aim here. Been trying to release my hands a little bit better, focus on that this round. So kind of, haven't been losing things too far either way, but kind of coming in more to introducing more of a two-way miss going. Sometimes when I release my hands a little bit too much, getting some pulls in there, but high on the face. At least I released my hands though. A little bit of a baby draw, I think it was. Fortunately, didn't quite square it up, but down the middle. What'd that have? 0.7 spin axis. I've been kind of trying to open up the face a little bit at address to try to trick my brain, knowing that the club face is open, so if I don't release my hands, it's gonna start right and stay right. That one kind of worked, although I didn't square it up great. Only 140 because that was ball speed, it was so high on the face. But, I mean, 253 down the middle. I've definitely hit worse. Leaves us with 246, down almost 2 yards. I think I'm gonna go 4 hybrid. Been leaving that in the bag because I've been trying to mess around more with the 3-wood, but let's see if I can get my at least 230, but generally if I hit it decent, 240, 245 out of this club. Oh, the club slipped when I hit it. Run, 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 run. That almost came out of my hands actually. I came through on that and the club just slipped and the club face was like completely shut low and left when I hit that. Go figure. 2 gloves, and I generally grip it, kind of have a death grip on some of these shots. I gotta hold the club more like a baby bird, they say. But all I have to say, I'm wearing 2 gloves and I grip it pretty hard, and that still almost came out of my hands. All right, well, see if we can scramble again. Need a good wet shot. 59 yards, up about a yard. I'm gonna go 56 and aim about there. Just try to play it a little bit more than my 50-yard shot that I've been working on with this club as of late with the higher nets. Pushed it a little bit right. May need to sit. Wow, that was short. Thought I hit that a little bit too much. All right, bogey, dropped a stroke there. I tried doing that last time. I tried to hit like around a 50-yard shot and it came out like 10 yards long. So I guess I overcompensated on that one, didn't swing quite enough. Still pushed it right, which I don't love, but that's kind of what I get for opening up the face. 1 over through 2, third hole, par 4, 388. I mean, from the furthest back tees, 388's not terrible. Some of these guys, like Rory, Bryson, the longer hitters, are going to be coming close to this green. We'll see what we have for the other holes, but generally I would assume shorter yardage is going to be narrower fairway and more difficult, more stuff to get around. All right, a little bit low heely, but that was hit solid or more solid. Not swing and driver great today, but again, the forgiveness of the Sim 2 compared to that stupid Stealth 2, it's showing up. Was swinging it better last like 2 weeks since I've had it. Today I'm a little bit more all over the face, but still, for not quite scoring it up great, I'm still a lot closer dispersion wise for the strike location on the face, and I'm getting away with more mishits than I would have been with that other driver. Leaves us with 125, up about a yard. Downslope. Let's try the full 50 or the full approach wedge, which is 51 degrees. Can see about 125 when I hit it good. It's either this, like a full approach wedge, or it's a choke down pitching wedge, and generally I try to opt for the fuller club if I can hit it versus trying to choke something down and kind of guess the distance a little bit more. So let's see what we can do here with the approach wedge. Struck it pretty good, kind of climbed up, so I may need to go just a little bit. Yeah, popped it up just a little bit, but stay there. Felt good off the club. I just hit it, flighted it a little too high. Either hung back on it or I don't know. But all right, we got a chip, 14 yards. It's gonna come out left, run a little bit of an upslope, which is good. Make it stop a little bit more. So I'm gonna try my best to fly this about 12 or 13. A little bit. Came out, seemed like a little bit left. I ended up right. But take the par. I drop kicked it just a little bit. I thought that actually may need to go, but when you catch it a little bit before, it kind of skips off the mat a little bit. You do feel it, but instead of laying the sod or chunking it a little bit, it kind of just skips and almost accelerates it a little bit. So I thought that was possibly going to be short left, and it was a little bit long right. So either a slight misread or my feel on that wasn't quite dialed in. Either way, par, which we will take. 1 over through 3, 4th hole, par 4, 504. This is a little more along the lines of a challenging par 4 distance for a major type of course. Around here, right around 500, even like 480, you can see a par 5. So this is more along the lines of like a par 5 distance for courses that I usually play, and realistically my skill level. But whole reason, GSPro is more challenging, sim golf in general easier. I used to say Home Tee Hero was definitely more forgiving, probably in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 strokes. GSPro, sometimes even 20, honestly, with Home Tee Hero. GSPro is probably closer in the range of 10 to 15, depending on the course, maybe even 5 strokes. So more challenging, a little more realistic, but still easier. So hence the reason why I try to challenge myself as much as possible with the furthest back tees, give myself more of like long to mid irons versus more pitching wedges into greens. Make sure I have to hit driver a little bit better. Thin worm burner up the middle. That'd be a cool shot if I could do that on command, but that was extremely low in the face. First round I was catching things mostly high, now I'm catching them low. That was very low. But would that go like 230? 246. Rolled out a lot. Leaves us with 254 up 5. Alright, pin's kind of up and to the left. Wow, let's aim us way over there. Are we going to get blocked out by trees? It looks like we're clear. I'm going to hit 3-wood into this, and it's going to come out right. So I got to aim there. Hopefully we don't catch those trees, and hopefully I can hit a decent 3-wood. Has a chance if I can strike it good. Oh, pulled it left. It's fading though. That was a low heel strike. But I mean, we're hitting 3 out of this bunker. If I get this inside the inner circle, we'll get a par. And with these higher nets, I feel more comfortable with these shots, launching it higher out of this bunker. So 15 yards out of the greenside bunker. That plays 25% reduction. It's gonna come out left. We're up a little over a yard. So we'll aim there and just try to open this thing up and get right in the neighborhood of 14, 15 yards of carry. That should be pretty good. Wow, that came up short. I hit that exactly how I wanted to. Open it up, swiped across it a little bit. What was the, yeah, so speed was 74%, so that came out 26% less, and spin was 70. I mean, that was pretty much exactly what I was trying to do. The carry of the raw from the R10 was 17, so that was even a little bit too much from what I was looking for, but obviously you got to play towards the reductions in the game and everything else. But that was unfortunately just a little bit short for a bogey, but that was pretty close to what I was trying to do. Brings us to 2 over through 4, 5th hole par 5, 577. Those type of shots, not exactly the result I was looking for. It would have been nice to get inside that inner circle an extra half a yard to save par, but something like that, that's exactly what I was trying to do. So still haven't, despite how much I like this driver, haven't squared one up yet today. See if we can change that. Excuse me. least I got that out of the way before the tee shot. A little bit better. Still a little bit heel side, but that should be down the middle. A little bit baby draw on that too. I think some of it too, probably. Like, that was still pretty close to the center. I think it's probably just because my swing speed's down a little bit today. I'm not that extra 5, 6, 7 mile an hour of club speed. Last time I was out here, I got up to 109, according to the Garmin. I think that's probably a little bit of the factor of me not feeling like I'm hitting it or flushing it, I guess, or striking it like out of the center. It's probably that. Didn't like really try to gear down that much on that one. Only got it up to 100 on the club speed, but it's probably just that little bit of that slower speeds, not as explosive off the face. Gonna hit 3-wood though, and we'll likely end up in that bunker, because I usually get on a decent strike about 250 total, and wants me to carry it 250, which is slim to no chance of happening. But as long as we get up there, it is a par 5, I think I said it is. So I mean, we're hitting 2. If we're 3 into that bunker, we got a short wedge. A little bit thin, but right down the middle. That may work out. Oh, I mean, it was actually pretty close. I hit that pretty good. Escaped the bunker. What did we get out of that? 247 carry, 255 total, landed pretty soft, but that's about as good as I can hit that 3-wood. Still a little bit low too, but result-wise, that's not bad. Leaves us with 42, up a little over 2 yards. Gonna come out left, so we're gonna go 56 and see if we can get the distance right. Pushed it a little bit right and long. It must have been closer to 50. I think we got a par though, so. Yeah, total was 50. All right. 2 over through, did we get a birdie on that? Weren't we up to 3 over? Where's the, nope, it was par, never mind. So we were up to 2 over, par on that one. Problem is, second round of today, all these holes, all these different swings start to blend together. I start to get delusional of what happened. 2 over through 5, 6th hole, par 3, 236 up a yard. So we got 237. Take a look at the flyover. It's gonna have to be 4 hybrid. If I hit it good, it's gonna be long, but I can't get the 4 iron there. So where is the pin? Front right. Honestly, I'll take a 240, 245 well-struck 4 hybrid. Put us on the middle to back of the green, possibly off, but just a little bit scuffy. Oh, it's fading though. Go! Alright. A little bit of that heavy strike. Wasn't bad. Left the club face a little bit open. Gonna have just a little bit of a 60 little tester wedge shot here. 10 yards total. Gonna come out a little bit left. We'll go there. Not a terrible swing. Still didn't catch it great, but that was manageable for a 4 hybrid off the deck. All right. Bottom of the net. Or middle, but that's gonna be long. Longish. Caught that a little bit heavy again. Kind of drop kicked it. It was scuffy. That helped out. That got away from me. I was aiming for like down here on a cleaner strike. That kind of hit it heavy, caught it high on the face because of it, and that flew up to there. But better to be lucky than good. That was able to work out for us. 7th hole, par 4, 423, 2 over through 6. I caught the big turn on that. It must be a pretty big dog leg, right? Yeah, the pin. Oh yeah, it's way up there. Alright, well, we're going to bail out this way and hopefully give us a look into that green. Not a bad swing. That was probably the most solidly struck. 151 ball speed on only about 102 club speed. That's not bad. That was a pretty high smash factor right there. Whether those are right or not, I don't think so. But that was probably that was still, I mean, it was dead center of the club face, just a tad, like a fraction low and a fraction heely, but that was probably the best struck driver yet today. Take that. I think that was the first time we went into the 150s on the ball speed today. And only on, again, 101.7 club speed. That's not bad. 151.2. Love that sim too. Leaves us with 159, up about 2 yards. It's at the upper end of probably go 8 irons a better play. It's on the upper end of a 9 or a, it's actually not even that much of a smooth 8. Usually play this to about 160, 165. 165 puts us on the green anyways, so just going to take a regular swing at this. I thinned it and it came out left, but that may, nope, faded too much. That would have had distance if I didn't come across it so much, because I hit that thin. Alright, bunker shot to save par. That's an unfortunate way to follow up a pretty good drive. 13 out of the bunker. We're up about a yard, so I got to kind of flop this. And again, 25%. Last time I came up a fraction short, so because of the spin and everything, I think I'm just going to play that. Ideally, maybe 14, 15. That may even be too much, but we'll see what happens. Kind of drop kicked it again. Sit. Alright. Got it to work for a par. We're piecing it together. Halfway decent. We're kind of scrambling, getting away with things. 2 over through 7. 8th hole par 5. 495. That's a little more like it again. This is going to be an eagle type of hole for the pros. They'll be on in 2. If this is the distance they're playing. Furthest back, but you never know. Sometimes with the tournaments they change around different holes and whatnot, but this is probably pretty close to what they're going to be playing. Alright. Same swing as that last one would be good. pretty similar. Swung it quicker, but didn't catch it quite as solid. That was just a tad lower on the face, but two pretty good swings in a row. Rolled out to almost 280. We'll take that. 104 on the club, 148 ball, allegedly. These is for 213, up about 2 yards. Gonna be a 5 iron. I'll take that though. Those are probably the two best swings I've had all day with driver, both in a row. So if I can keep doing that. I thinned it and pulled it left. I tried to hammer that. It'll be up there though, but it's gonna be short. Trying to get a little more of a follow through and a finish. I feel like I'm kind of a little more of a flexible finish, I guess you would say, with I was talking about it in the first round. Feels like sometimes, especially on tee shots, as soon as I'm coming through, I'm almost putting on the brakes not to kind of do any damage to my back, and by the time I'm like at impact and slightly past, I'm already slowing down and kind of finishing up here, versus those last couple I'm kind of finishing through and kind of letting the club wrap around a little bit more. Definitely feel that though. I need a stretch. All right, two decent shots though. I mean, we're greenside hitting 3 into a par 5, so we get this inside the inner circle. It's only 12 yards. We'll get a birdie here, and not much. 1.7 up, so it's going to land softer. Well, I guess we'll aim a fraction right. I mean, it's 0.1 left, so 10, 11 yards of carry. We'll get this done. It's not bad. I would have stayed inside the inner circle, but it would have been on the longer and left side. But Garmin didn't like that one, so we're going to do it again. That came out a little bit hotter than I wanted. That one I might have took too much off of it. And again, what's going on here? Alright, something right in between those two. I guess I gotta ground the club for half a second more. Pulled that a little bit left. Sit. Alright. I mean, all three of those I think would have been inside the inner circle, but for a birdie you want to make sure you're 12 yards. You're in there, so brings us to 1 over. Not bad. One over. Did I say 1 under? 1 over brings us down to 1 over through 8. If I can talk. 9th hole, par 3, 190, down about 2 yards. Take a look at this flyover. It's gonna be a 6 iron, I think, depending on the pin location. Usually play this 6 to about 200, in the neighborhood of 195, 190, 195 on not so great strikes, up to 205, possibly 210 if I really nuke one, but we're in the neighborhood of 200. So it's a little bit too much club. I guess I could go 7. 7 I've been playing to about 170, like usually about 180, 175 to about 185. Pin is in the back. Maybe I'll go 7. Yeah, but those bunkers, we'll go 6. We'll go there. Indecision. Thinned it and it came out left, but wow, that's fading a ton. Well, it's going to be pin high to the right. club path is probably terrible on that. I must have came way across that. Yeah, almost 10 degrees. Yikes. Oh, definitely got the going back to the fade down. That's a slice, but we won't talk about it. 18 yards, up 2. All right, need a good 60 degree here. Gonna come out left. We're on a downslope, so looking for probably 15. Get in there. Oh, I didn't catch that great. I didn't deserve that. All right, get one back and give one back right away. Kind of how it goes back here, at least for me. 2 over through 9. Onto the back 9 we go. 10th hole, par 5, 612. That's more along the lines of a major championship par 5 type of hole. Man, I need like an extra. That was twice. Twice I left it a fraction of a yard short. Needed like an extra foot on that. That would have been a par. It would have been 1 under going into 10. Or I keep saying that, 1 over going into 10. All right, good driver swing. See if we can get a bird on this par 5. Atone for that poor wedge shot sin. At least it was straight, but that was extremely low in the face. Man, Healy. Surprised that went as straight as it did. That may have been a slight misread. It did come out straight, but that was pretty poorly hit. I mean, talk about forgiving with the sim too. That would have been like, somehow we got 253 out of it. That would have been probably 20 to 30 yards shorter with that stealth too. I swung it at 104.6, which isn't terrible for that type of swing. At least I swung it quick enough to get the ball speed up to 143. But how low and how heely I just hit that, to be able to get, I mean, even the raw carry from the Garmin was 225. To get that much out of that type of swing, definitely made the right choice going back to the sim too. All right, 3-wood, lame there. It'll fade likely. Should be pretty straight, but I chunked it. Sit, sit, nope. All right, bunker shot. Should have aimed further right. At least my mishits are going relatively straight. Leaves us with 115. Out of a fairway bunker, 5 to 10% is dynamic. Oh, we're on a 12.5 downslope. Yikes. It's gonna come out left, so what are we gonna do here? We got 116 total. This is gonna be very low spinning out of here. It's gonna come out left, which is probably fine. I'm even gonna aim a little bit further left. I mean, I guess it's an approach wedge and hope we get lucky. I think, honestly, 115 might not be bad because it's going to be so low spinning, but the downslope, I need to launch this. I think I'm just going to take a pretty full swing with the approach wedge. See what happens. This is where, I mean, same thing in real life, which is why GSPro is so awesome and accurate. It's kind of a guessing game. You have a lie like this in a bunker into a green on a pretty severe downslope, 12.5. I mean, it's not like crazy. It's not like a crazy downslope, but still, you're kind of just guessing and hoping you get out of there somewhere on the green. I thinned it and it came out left, but that's gonna work. That was an off-balance swing. I tried to juice that thing, but I got a par. Look at this tee shot. All right, 2 over through 10. 11th hole, par 4, 474. You can feel my back. It's strange. It's like a little bit sore because of that extra follow through that I'm doing. It probably looks a little bit more visually appealing, a better type of swing, I guess. And it's not necessarily like a fatigue pain sore. I think it's more of a, I'm like stretching and following through so much. It's more of like a soreness after you stretch a lot type of sore. All right. Don't love these trees here off the tee box, but let's just get out there. Struck pretty solid. That was dead center of the club face. 149. Take that. Only swung it at 99, but that was squared up. Let's go. Not smashing the ball by any means, but if I can just do that and hit it out of the middle, it's gonna go just as far, if not further, if I was swinging it 5 or 10 miles an hour quicker and miss hitting it. I mean, 99, again, look at that smash factor. Who knows if those are where they should be compared if I was on like a TrackMan or something. Probably not, considering this is only $600 for the R10. But I mean, 1.49 smash factor on a basically 99.9, 100 club speed. And I mean, just, what is it, ball divided by club? Pretty much 150 divided by 100. Just shy of that. Not bad. 149 on only 100 club speed. Take that. Leaves us with 205 up about 2. Call it 207. I guess 6 iron. Gonna have to hit it decent. This may come up just short of the green, but at least put us there. 5 iron would be too much. A little bit heely, but hit it good. Get a bounce. Let's go. Take that. Things are looking up here, folks. Not lining up the scorecard necessarily, but I'm piecing together some good drives. Irons I'm hitting a lot better today compared to the last few rounds, so I'll take this all day long. I mean, 201, we got that bounce, but for a little bit of a heely strike, that's right in the ballpark of what I expect that 6 iron when I hit it decent. 2 over through 11, 12th hole par 4, 471. Definitely the warmer weather out here helps. Staying loose. Gotta remember to bring a new sleeve of balls out here. I have 3 pink, these are basically brand new, super softs, but as the name implies, a little bit softer. Probably borderline over compress those, which would lose some distance as opposed to these super fast, which are a little bit firmer. But I just brought those out just so if I miss the net somehow or anything gets like stuck up there, I got some extra balls. But you gotta remember to get these these reds, red super fast are on their way out. I gotta get a couple new sleeves out here. All right, dogleg right. Healy. Wow, we just made that. Not the best, but we're in the fairway. I'm liking the sensation and that feeling of the little more extended follow through. Probably should have been doing that for a while now. Leaves us with 212 up about a yard. It's going to be a 5-iron. It's going to come out right, so we're going to aim there, and this will probably fade on top of it. Healy, but I hit it good again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sit. Let's go. Those are two, that 6-iron and that 5-iron strike. Wasn't flush because it was still just a little bit heel side, but they both felt really good. I knew as soon as I hit it, those would be good. Those are probably two of the best long iron shots I've had in a little while. All right. 1 over. Through 12, 13th hole, par 4, 381. Days like this, never know when I get out here, but makes me want to play a third round. Hopefully though, don't want to get too ahead of myself, putting the cart before the horse. We got to finish this out with a decent score, but swing's feeling better than it has the past couple weeks. Talk about a narrow landing spot. That looks like about 10 yards wide, if that. So, gonna need a good one. Oh no. No, no, no. Tried to hammer that. Still not terrible for how bad that swing was, though. What do we get out of that? 250? I mean, I literally, if I tried to, I couldn't hit that lower and more heely on the face than, like, literally if I was trying to. So to be able to get 250 out of that with 143 ball speed, that's Sim 2, still surprising me. Leaves us with 137, completely flat lie, which is good. Up 5 yards though, so that's asking a lot out of the pitching wedge. It's gonna have to be a choke down 9. Try to get 140, 145 out of this. A little bit thin. Left it out. All right, bunker shot, save par. Don't fail me now, wedges. Third shot into this par 4. We got 14 out of this bunker. It's gonna play 25%, but we're on an upslope, so it's up about 2 yards, 16. Oh, these mayflies. He's flying into the back of my throat. Ugh. All right, what was I saying? We're on an upslope. Because of the spin, it's gonna play 25%, but I think I can kind of negate that. Oh, I gotta get a drink. I'm just gonna try to fly at about 15, maybe a little bit extra. These bugs out here are trying to sabotage my round. All right, 15 yards. That's kind of lucky. I didn't hit that great. Came out to the right too, but we got away with it. Kind of the moral or the story of today. Kind of getting bailed out a little bit, but sometimes I've had some frustrating rounds where have definitely not been getting bailed out. So it feels good to kind of have things go a little bit more in our favor. Hanging at 1 over, 14th hole, par 4, 475. I think it's a mixture between those mayflies and the pollen. I can just feel it, it's like stuck in the back of my throat. Down 8 yards. Just get some decent club to ball contact here. Let the club do the work, as they say. That's high on the face. Look at the ball flight on that. That was just a pop-up. I think I hit it at least fractionally solid enough to get somewhat out there. I was probably 250-ish maybe. 249. All right, 228. Now this is a bit of a decision. Haven't hit the 4-iron all day today. Could try it. Where's this pin? That 4-iron's very, very hit or miss though, so I'm gonna go 4 hybrid. If we come up long, so be it, but that'll at least give us a better chance of getting it there. The 4-iron would have to be flush. Have been hitting those longer irons better, but oh, that should get there. I'm loving this follow through. It feels like I don't know why, I'm just hitting things better, trying to focus on that. Came out today saying I want to focus on releasing the club, and it's kind of piecing itself together here. Still 1 over. 15th hole, par 3, 203. Gonna be a 6-iron. I was thinking, luckily, no water to get over. Sometimes you see that with par 3s. Hopefully that I didn't jinx myself when we got water holes to blow up the scorecard these last few holes, but just trying to hit a good 6 here. Should get it done, or at least put us, all right, pins middle-ish, left. Good 6-iron puts us to the front at least. I chunked it and pulled it left. That was off the toe. That's gonna be short. Side spin though. Long said, and it's been noted by pretty much every single user. Side spin is not the strong suit of the R10, so that one just felt like a toe pull. That one should have started left, stayed left, probably been even shorter. Garmin had that kind of fading back towards the center line, which it may have faded some, but I think we kind of got bailed out a little bit on that. But is what it is, got to kind of play with what I got. Eventually I'll have a higher end unit to be able to get super frustrated when I miss hit shots like that and really penalize me. 15 yards, up about a yard. I moved it too far that way. We'll go there. 15, 60 degree. Anything in the neighborhood of 13 to 17 gets it done. I think I left it short. Oh, maybe not. I swung pretty easy at that. Kind of surprised that got there. If I can keep this going for the next 3 holes, I'll probably just quit while I'm ahead. Even if I double these next 3 holes consecutively, we'll still have a pretty decent score for this course. So those couple good drives, those long irons that I hit well, those are what make me want to keep coming back and keep playing. I would consider today a success just because of those. Don't love that tree right there. That's going to be trouble off the tee box. So we're going to have to aim right and either hit it straight, or I'm not in the position of shot shaping really anything. Definitely not driver, but I mean a draw would be nice. So 1 over through 15, 16th hole, par 5, 5-2-9. Again, that tree right there is going to be the issue, so we're going to have to aim this way. And if we put it into those waste bunkers or whatever they are, so be it. Alright, a little bit of a fade. That may work its way that way, but it's hit decent at least. Alright, we'll take that. Thought that was actually, when it came off, thought that had a chance. I launched it and started it right. Thought that had a chance to maybe turn over just a little bit, but pretty straight shot. So I am popping off these zip ties that I had secured this net just over the middle section where the majority of the balls hit, but there were zip ties going across here. I don't know if it's, again, if I'm just hitting the zip ties directly with the ball and they're snapping off, or it's just the impact of the net and kind of the pressure of it snapping them off. But there was probably 3 to 4 zip ties across here, and I can see a couple on the ground. I'm gonna have to reinforce that, but overall very happy with how I have the newer nets positioned. 270, at least we got to look at it somewhat. It's going to be 3-wood, and we'll go there. Don't really have any expectations of getting it there, but if I hit one like I did, what was that, the front 9 first couple holes, I carried it like 247. It has a chance to roll up there, but 270 is basically top end of what's capable with this club. Barely get that with my driver sometimes. I thinned it and it came out left. This is going to be a low bullet left and fade back, but 141 ball speed. Got a good look at it for a birdie chip into this par 5. I'm getting away with those thin lower heel strikes though, with that 3-wood specifically. 25 yards. Gonna come out a little bit right. So we'll aim there, up about a yard. I'm trying to fly this in the neighborhood of 23, 24, I think. I thinned it. Yep. Alright, still a par though. Man, that was a good birdie look. No complaints with the par, but that should have, I like my chances there from like 7, 8 shots out of 10 to be able to get that inside the inner circle. And that was the one that I hit thin. That should have been more likely than not a birdie, but that's all right. Still 1 over. 2 holes left, 17th hole, par 3, 206, down about 3 yards, so should be another 6 iron here. To be 1 over through 16 though, 0 complaints. Popped it up a little bit, but I hit it pretty solid again. It's losing it to the right. That's gonna be short. My dog barking, if you can hear that. I think Amazon may be delivering something. All right, we got a bunker shot, 19 yards. Up about 1.5 yards. Gonna come out left. We're on an upslope, which is good. I think in the neighborhood of 20. Pushed it right. That's gonna be short right. That's a bogey. Not how I wanted to finish this, but 2 over. Let's see if we can get out of here with a par, possibly a birdie. 18th and final hole here. Par 4, 446. 2 wedge shots. 2 holes in a row. Killing me. Plus those other ones that I left right on the edge. Look at the clubhouse. All right. Couple good shots here. Finish this off. Heely, but not bad. Right down the pipe. Good first shot. Didn't catch it 100% like usual, but all right. 188. GSPro is recommending a 6 iron. It's up a little over 3 yards, so they're probably right. Honestly, it's between. Right there is the upper end of a 7. I don't know though. I mean, been striking those irons decent. 188. I mean, we got 191. Yeah, that's probably a 6. 7 iron I've been playing too. For whatever reason, I'm striking the 6 and the 5 decent today. 7 iron. I play that too in the neighborhood of 180-ish. Occasionally 175, occasionally like 185, very rarely 190, so 6 iron's probably the club. All right. We're long and on the green, so be it. Oh, I thinned it, and that's gonna be right. Well, if I were to do that same exact swing, if I pulled the 7, the 6 was a better choice. At least we're pinned high. We're just 30 yards to the right. Coming across it too much. Got to stay down and through it. All right. 27 yards. Try to save par. Up a yard. Come on. Chunked it, but I drop kicked it into it, and it's long. All right, 2 bogeys to finish it. still not bad, but we had a chance there to possibly get it to even possibly a shot or two under par, but still pretty good performance. I'll take that. So from Pinehurst number 2 in Pinehurst, North Carolina, home of the US Open, third major of the year, going on from June 13th to June 16th. We ended up with a 3 over 75. Honestly felt like I left probably 4 or 5 strokes on the table there, but all in all, not too bad. Ended up with 2 birdies. We shot 38 on the front, 37 on the back. Definitely ball striking was better with irons, which is promising. Driver came through a couple times. Wedges kind of failed me there on a few of those, but all in all, for a course like this from the furthest back tees, I'll take 3 over all day long. Take a look at the stats. Kind of the story: 11 pars, 2 birdies, 5 bogeys, nothing besides that. We'll take that. Longest drive 279, average drive 261, right in the ballpark of basically what I have my Garmin watch set to for on-course rounds and what I would expect with the normal fairway conditions. Still a little bit firmer than what I see out here, so a little bit extra rollout, but that's right what I would expect. 144 average, we got into 151 on the highest ball speed. 28 putts, 2 sand saves, a little over an hour. Greens regulation, I felt like I actually, we did have some wedges to save pars and a couple birds and whatnot, but I thought that actually would have been a little bit higher. I'm kind of surprised at 5 out of 18. Felt like I was striking irons better. But look at that fairway number. Doesn't get better than that, folks. 14 out of 14, 100%. This is what a little bit puzzling, and I want both of these. I aim for 50 to 75%. Anything plus that is a bonus. So 28 is pretty low. I want to be at least 9 out of 18, but 0 complaints there with the amount of fairways that I hit. Definitely side spin. The lack of side spin helped me out from the R10 on some of those, but a lot of that too. Swinging just a little bit better. Still didn't catch a lot of them great, but the forgiveness of the sim too is a lot of that. So for this course, I was a basically 1.3 under par for my handicap, and then my average handicap is still all jacked up. I mentioned in the last one, I deleted the scorecard in the round of what I thought was the culprit of it, which is the Ferry Point. It was like a minus 577 on the handicap. I deleted that, and I thought just like restarting my computer, restarting GSPro would take that into account, but it did not. So if any of you guys in the comments that are watching this are GSPro users, if you know how I can get rid of that outlier of a scorecard to get my average back in line, because it is definitely not a negative 84 handicap, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So Pinehurst number 2, third major of the year. We'll see. I mean, 3 over, I would assume there's going to be some people. Obviously way easier here than on course. I have no business playing that in real life. I would have shot probably 30 strokes worse, if not more, on course in real life, but I would imagine people that missed the cut for maybe the first or second round, there's going to be some scores that are worse than 3 over. So if I were able to count this as my score for the major, I think I would have been in there somewhere, and we'll have to see what the cut's looking like after 2 days, but not too bad. Pretty happy with how I played. Gonna wrap things up, clean things up. Really nice weather we had all week, so gonna look to get out here in another day or two. Probably take tomorrow off, give my back a little bit of a rest. It seems like my sweet spot is playing 2 rounds back here, 36 holes every time I come out, and then taking a day off, and then the next day coming out and doing it again, if weather permitting, schedule permitting, everything else. But appreciate you guys watching. Check out those Amazon links. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.